In this video, we'll be discussing named UCSs. If you'd like to follow with this video, please open the file named UCSs.dwg located in the Working Files folder as discussed in the Working with this dataset video. When you need to switch between several UCS orientations, you can save and restore them by naming them with the UCS command. Each UCS definition can have its own origin and X, Y, and Z axes. You can also choose from several preset orientations when you use the UCS Manager command as well. In our current drawing, we have two viewports active. A quick way to see the UCSs in the current drawing is to select the UCS dropdown from the coordinates dropdown in the view cube. Notice that we have a few UCSs that define our house. If we just select them, they will automatically change to the orientation that we defined by simply moving them to this location. As you can see, when you change the UCS in one viewport, it does not affect the other viewport, making working in 3D very efficient. Also notice the view cube will adjust automatically to the current UCS. So if I do select the top view, let's say, then the top view now becomes on the actual top view of the current UCS, not the true top view. Notice how the north, south, east, and west directions are still oriented about the true WCS. So if I do want to actually select those, I can actually select those by clicking them in as well. Again, by simply selecting the drop-down, I can easily change the UCS, and now I can work on that plane. For instance, let's go ahead and change this to the east roof. I'll shift middle click to reorient my view, and let's say I wanted to actually hatch this roof. I'll go ahead and set my current layer to hatch. I'll start the hatch command. And because the current UCS is at this actual face of this wall here, I can click on Pick Points and click inside and notice how it automatically finds the plane about which we are oriented. Once I'm done, I can press Enter or Escape, and let's go ahead and do the west roof as well. I'll reorient my view, I'll run the hatch command, pick inside, and again, notice how it only hatches within the plane that we're in. Another quick access to the named UCSs within the file is in the Home tab Coordinates panel. We now have access to our named UCSs, but notice how we also have access to some default UCSs as well. So if I want to actually change it back to the top view, I can change it right back to the top view or the left view. And this now allows you to simply draft in at that current UCS. So if I go ahead and just start the rectangle command, you will notice that we are actually drawing on that UCS. Just really nice, quick, easy access to the default 3D orientations. So how do you create a named UCS? Well, let's go ahead and change our UCS back to the world coordinate system. So now that we're back to the world, I now want to create a UCS for the south wall, as I'm missing that right now. So what I can do is simply, using the UCS multifunctional grips, I can actually reorient my UCS. Again, you can change the entire origin by simply clicking on that and moving it. But in this case, all I want to do is actually rotate about the x-axis to rotate the y. So I'll just go ahead and pick the y, and I'll simply snap to this location right there. I now have the UCS defined at the south wall. So again, if I were to draft or let's say hatch on that side of the wall, it would automatically draft at that current UCS. So if I just acquire the two midpoints and we draw a little circle here, you'll notice that it automatically will place that circle on the face of the south wall. So to save a UCS, there are a few ways, but the quickest way is to simply select the UCS icon, hover over the square grip, which is at the intersection of all three axes, and then right-click. Go to Named UCS and choose Save. And now I'll type in South Wall. Notice how it automatically reorients the cube, and this is now the current UCS for this viewport. As you would expect, when I go to the other viewport, I can change the UCS of the viewport to whatever UCS I want to. We're now at the base of the roof and at the southwest corner. To rename a UCS, you go to the UCS Manager. To quickly access the UCS Manager, you simply go to the Coordinates panel and click on the Panel Dialog Box Launcher button. You can now go to the Named UCSs tab and simply click and then either click again or press F2 to rename a UCS. You can also delete UCSs in here as well. To delete one, simply right-click and choose Delete. Notice the options to see the details of it, which will show you the X, Y, and Z relative offset from the true origin of the world coordinate system. Using named UCSs can really help you to make 3D drafting a breeze.